Okay, Michael Kittinger here, creator of the Telnyx Bridge app. And so in this video, I just want to walk you through what it is, what it does, what it doesn't do. And this way you can just kind of get a behind the scenes look at how it's set up and everything. So quick background, this was actually, I created this for a specific client that I work with, and then more people started asking me about it. And so I turned it into more of an official app and put it in the marketplace. So it's called the Telnyx Bridge, and it can be installed either at the agency level or the individual location level. So why might you need this Telnyx Bridge? All right, and if you're not familiar with Telnyx, Telnyx is a telephony platform. You may have heard of Twilio. The CRM by default uses Twilio on the back end to handle sending SMS messages. The issue is that Twilio is a little more expensive. So by moving to Telnyx, you can usually save about 40% on your text messages. I think I worked it out to if your location sends more than 3,200, I think is the number. I'd have to do the math again, but I think it's like 3,200 or 3,000 texts a month. You'd actually be saving money moving to Telnyx, and that includes the cost of the app. Just because, again, it's like 40 cents cheaper or 40% cheaper than Twilio. So what does this app do? I'm going to make this real simple. So here you have your CRM. Here you have Telnyx. The problem is there's no go-between. There's no way for the CRM to directly talk to Telnyx by default. Okay, so if you want to use Telnyx, there's really no good, inexpensive options. And so all I did is I created this bridge that basically just sits here between the two, and it connects. If I can do this, it connects the CRM to the platform. Okay, pretty straightforward. You have the CRM, you have Telnyx. This app is nothing more than a bridge that basically allows you to send back and forth between the two, send and receive. Okay, and so the main things you need is you will need a Telnyx account, and then you will need the CRM. All right. When you go to the marketplace, it's called Telnyx Bridge. You can see here, I should probably update the images because those are not recent. I've made a lot of enhancements based on user feedback. And so let me share the overall thing here. So you'll first log into it, and when you purchase it through the CRM, you connect it to a location. You'll get logged in here. You'll see your locations if you have one or if you have multiple, what have you. So pretty straightforward. You can go to reporting if you want to look at reports. But if you click in any of the locations here, so try to do a quick checklist to set up. So is the CRM connected? Have you added the Telnyx API key? So phone number mapping, I'll show you that here in a second. Do you have a default sender, SMS check, things like that. And so here, there's just tabs across. You can enter your API key and your profile. I'll show you here in Telnyx. So if you log into Telnyx here, and you will need A2P verification via Telnyx in order to send SMS. And so if you come here to programmable messages, you just create a new profile. Pretty straightforward. I give you the webhook URL, so you'll just copy and paste the URL in there. Here's the Telnyx Bridge. So you just copy, paste that right here in a new profile. You can click edit profile and you get the profile ID. You just copy it, come over here, messaging profile ID, paste that in, get your API key. Come up here, API keys, you'll get the API key, you'll plug it in, save it, it'll connect. Okay. So there's that. The next thing is you need to match up numbers. So numbers in the CRM and or numbers to Telnyx. The big thing is the Telnyx phone number. So you want this to be your actual sending phone number. And then here, you don't have to purchase a number in the CRM. You can make this whatever you want. I mean, you can literally put +1 555 555 5555 or whatever. It just needs to have something to map up to, because in order to send on the back end, it just needs a phone number is required. And this won't affect like finding the contact and updating the contact in the CRM. It'll still actually use the contact's inbound CRM, inbound phone number or outbound phone number appropriately. So here you can go testing. So in this account, there's been no inbound recent, so it's nothing showing here, but you can send yourself a test message. Error handling. So by default, these tags get applied. And then if you want additional tags or to set your own tags, you can come down here and set your own. And so this tag is like all errors. So you could just put error failed or SMS failure if you want that tag applied to all failures. But then you can come in here and you can actually see and like identify specific things. Now, Telnyx error codes are different than the CRM error codes. So you don't have to do anything here, but just so if you look in your Telnyx account and you see, oh, error code, 40012, and you don't see that in the CRM, it's because the CRM code is 21211. They're both invalid to phone numbers. So anyways, that just kind of shows you the mapping of the phone numbers. Down here, though, you can set specific tags. So maybe you want a tag for invalid number or landline or things like that. So you can do all that. You can set users. So you can, if you want to invite more than one person to your account, you can come to users and invite a user. When you add their email, you will get a link. And just craft your own email, explain, what they're being invited to, etc. And you can send that to them. I will say, this is purely a bridge, okay? So you're not actually sending SMS messages from the app. You're not really doing anything directly from the app. You're setting it up, and then you really should not have to log into it again, because it's literally just a bridge that lets you send and receive SMS from the CRM through the Telnyx telephony system. All right, so you don't send through here. You don't do anything like that. You have your users. There's some help stuff here if you want. So in the CRM, in workflows, there are already built Telnyx Bridge actions and triggers and actions. So trigger starts the workflow and actions. However, the CRM does this. It's not on my side, but it's a premium action. So it costs 2 cents every time it runs, every time that node, that step fires off. If you want, you can come in here and you could use the webhook action step in the workflow and just add this and it will send. Okay. And so, so you don't have to use a premium action. You don't have to, incur the costs, what have you. Again, down there's the URL. Other thing you can do here, you can come to reporting. Now this shows, this is my master one, so it's across all accounts. And you can see here, so just under 30,000 messages have been sent so far. Actually, this is really in the last 7 days. So 22,000 in the last 7 days, 500 inbound, 79% delivery rate. You're like, why is that not higher? And the reason here is the number one failure, 4,432, was this 20012. Their Telnyx account ran out of funds. So when you take that out, very few errors. This was a invalid phone number. It was just the wrong, it was a 5-digit phone number instead of full country code, area code, and everything. And so you can see down here, we give you some error codes and everything. And then, you can come here to failure details if you want. Again, you can go to all your locations or whichever location you're assigned to. You can see the breakdown. You can also export it to a CSV. And again, this just gives you kind of a breakdown of what's going on, what's the error type, what's the provider code, what's the message, what's the timestamp, and all of that good stuff. So you can see here, like, a lot of SMSs, and it's really just, I only have a couple users, and it's growing pretty quick. So, but yeah, I just wanted to walk you through. So Telnyx account, you set that up. You set this up basically one time, and then you really don't have to log in here again, because you literally can just send messages directly from the CRM. And when an inbound message comes in into your Telnyx phone number, the system, the app, looks up the contact by phone number. If they don't exist, it'll create a new contact with the inbound phone number. If it does exist, then it attaches the message, or the inbound SMS message, to the contact. It'll show up in the conversation log, the conversation window and everything. So it's pretty much like you are sending normal messages, SMS messages, through the CRM, but you get to save about 40% in SMS costs by having this set up.